We welcome you to our podcast, voted one of the best in the marketing research industry, first in 2019 and happily again in 2020. We call it Research Business Daily Report, and we're the only daily research news video, and we've been that for the last 10 years. We do rely on viewer support, and we'll tell you at the end of today's report how you can become a contributor. I'm Bob Lederer, and I'm in my 26th year as the respected voice in market research. As COVID steadily spread across the United States and even the world last year, market research agencies cowered, uncertain about what the immediate future held for them. They were unsettled as they waited for guidance from clients, either for approval to do partial work or to proceed completely with planned projects. And simultaneously, many of them were on edge and stuck in neutral about how long the COVID crisis would carry on and what they should do about that. Of course, there were research agencies, boutiques, and suppliers who figured out that they needed to rearrange their research processes to accommodate clients' needs for speed and specific information requirements. And thank God for the 2 decades of development of virtual focus group and related technologies, which finally, because of COVID, found a time and a place and appreciation, and were in a position to succeed last year. For companies on the outside, COVID became a giant obstacle. Now, some were able to vault over that COVID wall. However, unfortunately, there were some supply-side researchers whose business response to COVID came with pronounced hesitation. In some cases, they moved too slowly, and they were either unwilling or unable to effect a change in how they were doing research. I had conversations with many research industry friends and contacts last year and always seemed to raise a question about any research organizations that they were aware of that had found themselves in a must-sell situation because a tremendous loss in business. I was told, in many cases, that they were aware of some, and I didn't press to mention names. But if you spoke with a good number of research agencies this year, it was not difficult to identify some of those who were now, or even last year, in a somewhat desperate state. But the time now has come for a plethora of deals. One anonymous executive was kind enough to tell me that there are legacy players who are under huge pressure to transform their businesses, and they have been too slow to do it organically. Right now, the executive explained, with the business rebound and renewed growth and profitability and cash flow improvements, there are researchers who intend to remain an industry factor, and here and now they've got a window to make pricey acquisitions, and they are leveraging that. And then on the other end, there are the research agency sellers. These are small tech players who are not equipped to scale at a global level in spite of funding, and they simply lack the business culture and the understanding of local markets to do that. These circumstances all came together in a handful of situations last week, which prompted what I guess I describe as an outpouring of M&A acquisitions of small and medium-sized research and supplier agencies. Cincinnati's Directions Research was one. They bought Columbus, Ohio-based Aimpoint Research. Dun & Bradstreet announced it was buying 2 organizations, NetWise, a provider of marketing data, and IOTA, a data transformation company. Honolulu-based SMS Research and Marketing Services, Inc., better known as SMS for short, has been sold after 35 years by President Hirsch Singer to a native of one of the other Hawaii islands. His name is Tim Carson, and they are both pictured to my right. And in what I consider the most important of the acquisitions of the past week, Schlesinger Associates announced the purchase of the automated platform Methodify. It's a division of Delvinia. They also bought the online consumer panel Asking Canadians. So COVID and other factors have put pressure on smaller research operations to sell, and larger research businesses, which intend to continue being factors, have made a necessary transformation acquisition. Since earlier back in September, Ipsos was active in buying InfoTools, and that is an acquisition of note. These most recent deals certainly did not happen in a vacuum, and we're betting there are many more to come. And by the way, there seems to be no shortage of VC money looking for research business investment. That's a wrap on today's Research Business Daily Report. As we mentioned at the start of today's video, we hope you will become a supporter of ours because our video series is viewers supported. An RBDR Patreon supporter agrees to provide a monthly contribution through their credit card. Perhaps $5 to $10 if you're an individual, or $25, and we've even got some companies that give us up to $100 or more every month because they want us to maintain the excellence of our reporting. What can we do to earn your support? Well, keep watching what we are producing because we think that if you continue to do so, you're going to continue to get a lot of valuable information that helps you and people in your company and maybe even for peers or friends outside the business. And if it's not much to ask, we hope you will visit RBDR's exclusive crowdfunding platform at patreon.com/RBDR. When you get there, you can select literally whatever level of support you're comfortable with. And we thank you in advance for making that visit. We also hope that you have a good research day and that we will be back here to welcome you here tomorrow. So please plan to join us. And until then, please stay safe.